and good day. My name is Jürgen Steinmetz from eTurboNews, and this is a breaking news update. For more news updates and shows, please go to youtube.com/travel news group. youtube.com/travel news group. Here's our update.
Montserrat reopens, COVID-19 restrictions relaxed. The government of Montserrat made some significant relaxation adjustments to the COVID-19 suppression regulations since the implementation of these measures in 2020. Persons traveling to Montserrat are no longer required to fill out an online declaration form for permission to enter. The pre-travel online declaration form is only required to be completed and submitted by non-resident technicians who are unvaccinated or not fully vaccinated. The new regulations maintain the requirements for persons entering Montserrat to present a negative COVID-19 test result. The negative test result document must include the full name, address, and date of birth of the person tested, the date the test was conducted and the date the sample was taken. The pre-entry requirements are as follows. 1. A person who intends to enter Montserrat shall take a COVID-19 test no earlier than 3 days prior to entry into Montserrat. 2. The following persons are exempted from this requirement. A. A child under 5 years of age. B. A person entering Montserrat in circumstances related to a medical evacuation, and C. A person who has been granted permission by the minister to enter Montserrat for the purpose of aiding with preparations for a disaster or after a disaster. The borders are also open to passengers arriving by sea. This includes yachts and cruise ship visits. Only vaccinated persons arriving on yachts and cruise ships would be allowed on island. The owner of a vessel or aircraft must ensure that persons traveling are in possession of a copy of a negative PCR COVID-19 or RNA COVID-19 test. If not, the owner will be committing an offense. Yachters and cruise operators must alert the Montserrat Port Authority ahead of their visit to the island via email and/or VHF Channel 16. Advanced clearance can be made on the regional pre-arrival notification system. Persons arriving in Montserrat are required to answer all questions asked by the medical or health officer and may be required to undertake health checks and screenings. Individuals who are fully vaccinated must provide the medical or health officer with proof of their vaccination status. If this evidence is not provided, then the individual will be regarded and treated as being not fully vaccinated. Fully vaccinated persons, entry into Montserrat. A fully vaccinated person is required to be tested for COVID-19 on entry into Montserrat. A traveler is considered fully vaccinated 14 days after their second dose of a 2-dose vaccine series or 2 weeks after the traveler has received a single-dose vaccine, e.g., Johnson & Johnson's. If the COVID-19 test result indicates that the person is not infected with COVID-19, then the individual is not required to self-quarantine or isolate. However, if the test result is indeterminate, unknown, inconclusive, then the fully vaccinated person must go directly to their place of occupancy, designated quarantine facility or place of isolation and shall remain there to await the results of further COVID-19 tests. If further testing reveals that the fully vaccinated person is infected, then he or she is required to self-quarantine or isolate until a. She is not infected with COVID-19, or b. She leaves Montserrat. The regulations for a fully vaccinated person will also apply to a fully vaccinated non-resident technician. All vaccines which have been approved by the World Health Organization, WHO, are accepted for entry into Montserrat. Persons not fully vaccinated, entry into Montserrat. Individuals who are unvaccinated or not fully vaccinated upon arrival after undergoing the necessary COVID-19 screenings, are required to go directly to his/her home or place of occupancy, designated quarantine facility, or place of isolation and self-quarantine for 10 days. Between 8 and 10 days after entering Montserrat, the individual will be tested for COVID-19 to determine if he/she is negative and can therefore be released from quarantine on day 10. All persons entering Montserrat are required to pay the requisite fees for the COVID-19 tests, where applicable test on arrival for vaccinated, $56, test for release from quarantine, $56. Additionally, rapid antigen tests have been added to the list of COVID-19 tests accepted for entry into Montserrat. The other two are RNA and PCR. However, antibody tests are not accepted. Once on Montserrat, it is mandatory for face coverings to be worn in public places where business is being conducted, government and private business establishments.
Thank you for listening to our news update. There's more on youtube.com/travel news group, or you can read us, of course, in going to our news portal at eTurboNews.com or travelnews.online.